On September 8, 2025, police were sent to a Walmart when this 23-year-old student decided to check out without scanning everything in her cart and with a few extra items hidden in her bag.
What's up, Charlie? How you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, my name's Officer Floto of Boise Police. What's your name?
Lucy.
Hi, Lucy. See, what's your name?
Lucy.
Hi, Lucy. So, I'm going to talk to them for a few minutes, all right? But because you're back here detained, all right, you're not under arrest. I'm just going to read you your rights, okay? Does that make sense?
Sounds perfect.
Okay. You understand that? All right. So give me a few minutes.
Started watching her. She had a bag that looked pretty empty. She then grabbed some HCA.
Is this all her stuff?
Yeah, so this is paid for. That's not paid for. She grabbed some type of skin lotion and another item from there. As she was walking to Salesforce, she concealed it into her purse. She then went grocery shopping, made her way to the self-checkout. When she got to the register, she grabbed 2 chickens, scanned 1, bagged 2. And then with the rest of the other items, like all the toilet paper and all that was underneath. So was the beer was underneath. She grabbed the handgun. She only scanned 1 item that was down there. Made no effort to scan the rest of the stuff.
Okay.
The clothing and the salmon was kind of part. She covered it with grocery bags.
Okay. So you're watching this all on camera or in person?
Cameras, and then the concealment on the floor.
Okay. And you guys confronted her here in the foyer?
Yeah, like right here around when she exited.
Okay. And then she gave you the stuff out of her purse?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Lucy? All right. Yeah, we can close the door.
Yeah.
Just so it's quieter. So, are you... What happened today? What brought us here?
That right there is a full confession within seconds of questioning. No dinail. No hesitación. I stole so much food. From a legal standpoint, that statement alone carries enormous weight. When someone voluntarily admits to theft after being read their rights, prosecutors don't have to fight to prove the act happened. They just have to establish intent and value. But emotionally, this moment feels different. She sounds overwhelmed, not defiant. The real question becomes, does honesty soften consequences? Or did she just hand the state its strongest piece of evidence?
I stole so much food.
Okay. You know why, or?
Because I don't have a whole lot of money
Okay.
right now.
All right. What items did you steal?
I stole some toilet paper and 2 packs of the paper towels, some chicken, and a pack of White Claws, and I think some sweats.
And you think what?
Some sweats.
Some sweats.
Some sweats.
Okay. Did you put any of these items in your purse?
Oh, and I did also grab a bottle of hand lotion.
Hand
like
lotion.
the working hands, I think it's called.
Okay. And was that in your purse?
Yes.
Where were you at in the store when you put it in your purse?
I was next to the makeup section, I think.
Okay. So in the cosmetic area?
Yeah, wherever the lotion is at.
Why did you put it in your purse?
Why did I put it in my purse? 'Cause
Yeah.
I wanted to grab it and steal it.
Okay. So the purse was used to more or less hide the item?
Yes.
Was there anything else in your purse that belongs to Walmart?
And also a protein.
The protein shake?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. And those are the only 2 items that were in my purse.
Is there anything else in there that belongs to Walmart?
No.
Is it okay if I look?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And this is your hat?
Yes.
Okay. I see you have a debit card.
That's mine.
Yeah. How much money do you have on your debit card?
On my debit card?
Yeah. Like, is this the only form of payment you have on you today?
Yes.
So
Yes.
you don't have anything to pay, like on your phone, no cash, nothing in your pockets?
No.
Okay. Yeah, so how much money's on this?
I have enough $100 for groceries and the rest is for rent and utilities.
Okay, so you came in with $100 on this, or there's $100 now after you purchased the items you did scan?
There is still there's probably around $900 on it.
Oh, nice.
And here's where the case pivots. She claims she only has $100 for groceries, but there's actually about $900 sitting on the card. She's designating the rest for rent and utilities. Now, budgeting is responsible, but legally, available funds matter. The officer immediately sees the contradiction. If you had access to nearly $1,000, why risk a criminal record over $50 in merchandise? This is where intent starts forming in the officer's mind. Was this survival mode or selective justification? What would you have done in her position?
After, but I'm designating that for my rent and utilities.
Oh, I see. So you have 900. You're just
Yeah.
given your monthly budget.
Yeah.
You're saying you have roughly $100
Yeah.
to spend on
Yeah.
groceries. Okay. Did you drive here today? I saw you have keys in there.
Yes.
Okay. What did you do first when you came in the store? Like, where'd you go?
I went to the grocery section and started
Groceries.
putting groceries in my cart.
Okay. Then what?
And then I went to the cosmetic section and grabbed the protein shake, walked around,
Yeah.
see if there was anything else that I needed. I don't really have like a grocery list or anything like that.
Okay.
And I grabbed like Q-tips from over there and all that kind of stuff.
Hey, Jonathan, do you have her receipt for the items that she did pay for? What the total was?
Should we?
This is the...
It's, yeah, there's them on it, so.
It's if you have one, just for the stuff that she did pay for. How much was the stuff you did pay for? Like, how much
I
did you
think
pay?
around $85.
$85? Okay. So if you came in here, help me understand this, I guess. Because if you came in here with the intent to go grocery shopping, it sounds like, right? You know your budget's $100. Okay. The items you did pay for was, you're saying, are roughly $85? Do you know how much the items total that you stole? Like, if you had to estimate the value of the stolen items, what would you guess it is?
Maybe around $50.
Okay.
50.
She estimates the stolen items at around $50, and the officer immediately connects it to her stated $100 budget. This is critical. If she paid $85 and stole another $50, that exceeds the budget she claimed she was trying to stick to. That inconsistency is exactly how investigators build intent. Theft cases often hinge on whether someone planned to steal or made a spur-of-the-moment decision. And right now, the officer is testing that theory. Do you think she walked in already planning to underscan? Or did panic take over at checkout?
So that's where we need to figure this out. Okay? Because if you're saying your budget is $100 and you bought $85 worth of stuff but stole $50, you see how that's not $100? So what I'm getting at is that leads me to believe that you may have come into the store today with the intent to steal. Is that a fair statement?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So you knew you were going to come to Walmart today to steal things.
I think I came into the Walmart with the intent to spend $85, and I also saw some other necessities that
Yeah. What were those other necessities?
chicken, toilet paper, alcohol, which I guess I don't really need, but I grabbed it,
Yeah.
and paper towels, and some hand lotion.
Okay. So your subtotal here is $82.66 for the items that you did pay for. Okay. So if you came in here with a $100 budget for groceries, this makes sense. All right. But if you're also stealing what you're saying is $50 worth of more stuff with a $100 budget, do you see how that might make me think that that was your plan the whole time? To come in here to steal?
I didn't have a plan to steal.
Okay.
I just saw that things were starting to get really expensive.
Yeah.
My head's kind of in a different place right now. And,
Yeah.
And I started to, when you start seeing all the stuff adding up.
Yeah.
And,
You work? You have a job?
not right now.
Okay. How old are you?
23.
You go to you? You play sports?
I used to.
What?
I'm in a program that
Yeah.
requires like all of my time and
Yeah.
attention.
Okay. All right. So the value of the items that you actually did steal, though, is much more than 50. It's your subtotal.
This is the moment the numbers completely unravel her explanation. The stolen items aren't $50, they're nearly $100. That brings her total cart value to roughly $180, almost double the grocery budget she described. And courts love clean arithmetic. When totals don't match a suspect's story, credibility takes a hit. Now the officer isn't guessing about intent, the math suggests it. This isn't just, I wasn't paying attention. This looks like systematic underscanning and concealment. And that distinction matters legally, because mistakes don't usually involve stacking 2 chickens and scanning one.
Is almost $100. It's $98.82.
Okay.
So,
I'm
which
sorry, I didn't know that.
So we're looking at roughly $180 in total, roughly, of your total items today. When you're saying your budget was $100, right? But
I guess I just wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah.
Like I said,
okay.
my mind was.
All right, so we've covered the items that you put in your purse. Okay, sounds like the lotion and the protein drink. Okay, describe to me how you paid for the chicken, because there was two separate items of the chicken, right? Looks like chicken breast or something like that. How did you do that at the checkout?
I scanned it.
Just one of them, though, correct?
Well, I grabbed the 2 at once, scanned once, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like I stacked them on top of each other.
Yeah, so you had 2 of them in your hand, scanned one of them, placed them both in your basket. Was that on purpose?
Well, what do you mean? Like, that I scanned one of them?
Yeah. Okay, what about the salmon?
That sentence may be the most damaging in this entire interaction. That was also on purpose. Intent is one of the key elements prosecutors must prove in theft cases. And here she's confirming it herself. Not accidental, not confusion, not oversight, on purpose. When you combine concealment in the purse, covering salmon with bags, and intentionally scanning one item instead of 2, the pattern becomes clear. At this point, the legal threshold for misdemeanor petty theft is solidifying. The emotional tone is calm, but legally, the case just became much stronger.
That was also on purpose.
Okay. How did you do that on purpose? Kind of describe that to me.
I left it in my car.
Did you try to cover it with stuff?
When I was putting my bags back in my bag. When I finished checking out, I put my bags back into my cart and covered it.
Okay. Nice. Okay. You filled out the purple sheet? Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Where'd I put your ID? Lucy, I'll have you stand up for me and just face the wall here and put your hands behind your back. Okay, so Walmart is placing you under citizen's arrest for 2 crimes, okay? Misdemeanor petty theft and also willful concealment of goods prior to exiting the store.
And here it is, the formal outcome. Walmart initiates a citizen's arrest for misdemeanor petty theft and willful concealment. That second charge is key. In many jurisdictions, concealing merchandise alone, even before exiting, completes the offense. Lucy admitted to intentional underscanning, concealed items in her purse, and the total stolen value approached $100. Despite having available funds, her budgeting explanation didn't outweigh the evidence of intent. This case is a powerful reminder that self-checkout shortcuts can escalate fast, from a financial squeeze to a criminal record. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, desperation or deception. And don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.
Do you have questions about that? So now my partner's just going to search you now, incident to arrest,
You can
okay?
face the wall. Do you have anything tucked in your shorts or your bra right now? Nothing else? Nothing tucked in your shorts, right? I'm not going to fill that right now because you've got spandex on.
Yeah,
But
I
if
don't
you
have
get
anything.
okay, if you get into the jail and you have something tucked, it's a whole other issue, right? Nothing?
No.
Okay.
Okay, will you guys... Sorry, go ahead. What do you need?
I'm not gonna run away. Is there any way that I couldn't like walk out there with my hands behind my back?
Okay, so my partner's going to take you to my car while I finish up in here really quick.
Do you mind grabbing?
Yep, and I'll let you go with you.
So your car, I'll give you 24 hours to complete your car. That won't search you, okay? And everything will be refunded back to your card.
Have you been arrested before?
No.
Okay. So the jail is actually right down the street, so it's right down Coast Street, okay? They're both misdemeanors. You'll get a bond amount. You can find someone to place your bond to pay it, or you can call a bondsman when you get to that point, okay? But it's still going to be a couple hours to get through the whole process.
How much will it be?
I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be for both of these, but as soon as you get to jail, they'll let you know. Okay? Do you have any questions for me right now?
Hey, they're ready for the next. Are you all secure?
Yes. All right, Lucy, you can come this way.